Hi, this is 365801 and this is a readathon vlog. So we have two readathons happening concurrently in September, and they are the 1330 challenge as well as the volume 1 readathon. So the 1330 is hosted by, is it Realm of Comics now? And um, Happy for Now and Shay Geeks Out. So those are the three, I think, that host 1330. And we also have Bizarre Individual who's hosting volume 1 readathon. So trying to read all of your volume 1. So those are the two that I'm going to try. Some of the challenges or tasks overlap. Generally, in 1330s in September, I have traditionally not done very well, and I've not managed to do them. I think I've gotten ill in the last 2 or 3 years of 1330s in September specifically. And I also did not manage to do the 1313 April at all. So this year so far has been terrible for 1330s. So I'm really hoping September this year, and I can already feel my nose is not the best. I will be better, or at least well enough to try and take part. Obviously, with the volume 1s, I have to see how many volume 1s I have, but I'm also very good usually with a 1330. I break it up into 10s, so I read 10 volumes, that's one vlog, 10 volumes, that's a second vlog, and the last 10 obviously is the third vlog. And I do have them thematically. I usually do have maybe a volume 1 vlog, or continuing in a series vlog, or reading every volume in this series vlog. So I do try to make my little vlogs thematic as well. So we'll see about that, because I obviously have a few volume 1s to read, and I'll probably go through my TBR in a wee second. But I am wanting to eat first. I just got back home. I've got some things to show. I've got things that I need to do because it's been very busy at the end of the month, and I've not managed to make the videos that I was usually making, like my whole video and things like that. And I'm not sure if I'm gonna have the light for it today because it's very grey and overcast. We shall see. It's the first time it is the 1st of September, so it's feeling a slightly more autumnal than summery, and yesterday it was feeling very summery. So but I had family, so I was going to be visiting family and things like that. So yeah, I have this delicious cheese and ham croissant and a coffee. I'm going to enjoy this, and then we'll get stuck into setting out a TBR of sorts. I also feel like I need to do a reset and check how many volumes I have, both in my prose and in my manga. So we'll see about that. I might do that as a separate video. I think it might be quite good to do resets. Now that I know how many books I have on my physical TBR for manga and prose, I think that maybe that's something I need to do. Maybe I'll do it in the middle of the month. That's a good idea as well. I'll do it at some point and then I'll stick to it. Anyway, I'm going to have something to eat first. It does smell and look delicious. And then we'll get some books chosen to try and see if we can get them. Fingers crossed. Honestly, if I read 15 volumes and I don't get ill in the month of September, I'm going to count that as a win, because historically, that's what's happened. So I don't know, maybe increase my vitamin C, vitamin D, multivitamins, start working out, try and be healthy. That's probably a task too far, but yeah, we're gonna try and make it through September without having either ill health or some sort of, I don't know, like reading slump, because that's happened before too. So I've just finished watching a bit of Gavin from Gavin Reads It All. While I was watching that, I was making my list up with all of the prices and stuff for my haul video. I always do this. I've got scrappy paper and it's just something that I do all the time. And then I was gonna film because we had a bit of sunshine, but it looks like the grey clouds are back. But I don't know when I'm gonna get a chance to film otherwise, so I may as well just try and see if I can do that. So I might just pop upstairs and where it's a little bit brighter, it is brighter up the stairs. So fingers crossed it's not too grey and dark for an August haul video. I really do wish I'd done this a few days ago, like last week. Last week would have been good, but I did not. I was busy doing other things. So yeah, unfortunately, I'm like a week behind. Never mind. This is my things. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna go do that. I might take up a hot drink as well because I'm not hungry, and my stomach's a little bit sore, and I know we still haven't read anything yet today. I'm taking it easy, just starting off. I'm being gentle with myself for this September. But yeah, let's try and see if we can film. So I have just filmed this, so I now need to edit this video, and I am thinking that while I'm up here, I should pick out a volume 1 that I can read, because if I'm going to do Bazaar's readathon, even if it's not for the full month, just focusing on volume 1s, I can at least do volume 1s for the first 10, which is probably what I would want to do anyway. And it is quite good to read some of these volume 1s. So if we're looking at Manga, I've got Happy Crappy Life, Love in the Palm of His Hand, Stay by My Side After the Rain, Nomi and Shiba, and I don't know, I think is that everything? That's volume 1? Stay by My Side After the Rain is one that's calling to me at the moment, so that might be the first one. Plus, it would be one of the prompts for Bazaar's challenges, which was to read your like newest volume 1, and seeing as this is my haul, these are my newest volume 1s. So yeah, if I go with Stay by My Side After the Rain, I think that would count for that one. So that's the one I'm gonna take down the stairs with me, because I'm gonna take my camera and get all the videos down and start editing as well. And while I edit and let it export, I can start reading Stay by My Side After the Rain. So while I was coming down the stairs, I got a parcel delivered, so let's have a look at what I've picked up. Typical that the sun keeps coming in and out, so if it gets really bright, sorry. But yes, a world of books. I think this is the last thing I bought in August. Let's see if it's okay. Hatsukoi Notes. This is by Amekiri and 7C. So some of these things were in the 4 for 3 and some weren't. So I couldn't find something at that point in time of what I wanted. But I did see this one and it looks cute. So I ended up getting this and the next one with a 10% discount, not a 4 for 3. You don't always get great deals. Sometimes they're okay. Let's see if this one's in good condition. Ooh. This is My Beautiful Man by Yu Nagira. This is a little bit damaged there. This is volume 1 and it is a novel version. So more prose to add to my ever-expanding TBR. This is July 2024. Not too bad. So yeah, I don't know how many volumes there are. I honestly thought that 7Cs had gotten the novel version and Tokyo Pop had gotten the manga version. Because I think I've got a manga. I don't know. I don't know what I've got. When was this? Mid-September 2024. So a couple of 2024 releases, which I think is pretty good. And I don't remember what I paid for these, but I do know that I got 10% off. So I think together they were like £10, £10.60, something like that, which I think is pretty good. Pretty good for these two. So yeah, very happy. I don't know exactly. I'll have to do the calculations. But this will be in September. But it is a volume 1. So I could read this. In fact, that's a volume 1 too, but not prose. as I've just bought it. But yeah, for Manga 1330, this could be a read and try and read the things I'm buying. That would be good, wouldn't it? That would be out of the norm. So I was downstairs starting to get all of the stuff ready to edit, and then I realized, oh, it's a Monday and I don't have any videos up. And I don't have the haul video, which would usually go up on the 1st of September. So the next one will probably need to be, what, Saturday? Friday? Um, and I was like, oh, but I have already edited the 4th vlog video, which I took my sweet time editing. So yeah, I thought, oh, well, I haven't got anything for Instagram. And I usually post a photo on Instagram. But I only had, was it Pink Heart Jam, Worst Soulmate Ever, and like, was it Sasaki Miyano, something else like that. There weren't that many things that I actually read for the last 2 vlogs. Well, I don't know, Red Thread, I did read that as well, but I don't know if that was the before or after. Anyway, I read stuff, but I hadn't done one of these, so I just thought I'll stick loads of the stuff that I read. And I did read quite a bit, actually. Look at it, it's quite a good stack. So yeah, I'm gonna go back downstairs now and actually post that video and carry on editing, because I think that's what I need to do. So I just finished Stay By My Side After the Rain, Volume 1. My video was exporting and my whole computer just shut down and it was too hot, and so it needed to cool down for a bit, and then I had to redo the whole thing. So right now the video is being uploaded onto YouTube, so it's going to take like 2 hours, so it's going to be a while. So I might read some more. Also because I'm doing the sprints just now, the Aurelium one. What's this called? It's like a fantasy readathon, and that's happening in September as well. So I'm trying to remember what the name of it is. I don't think it's called Fantasy Readathon. Is it called Fantasy Readathon? Anyway, it's pretty interesting. Like, you can read and it counts towards your like studying thing. And I heard about it before April. April is when she does it. So equinox. It's like equinox. You do it in April and September. So it's like 1330 as well. You get 30 days to read as much as possible. And then there's like, it's an RPG readathon. And it's really quite fun to just be a part of, even if I'm not contributing in any way, shape, or form. I just enjoy that it's like a fun readathon concept. But I only knew about it in like March, so I kind of several years behind, and I didn't get a chance to do anything in April, even the 1330 mangathon manga reading. So yeah, I'm aware and people are having fun, and I just like to be part of it. So there's reading sprints. So I finished off this I think they're about to start another wee chatty section. They just finished, I don't know what it was, 45 minutes or something. So yeah, let's talk about this one. It was really good. It's a second chance romance between 2 people who were friends in secondary high school, and then they meet again as adults, and there's a lot of emotional stuff packed into this first volume for both the main male leads. But I gotta say, this woman is like the worst. She's exactly the worst kind of representation of a female character in a BL manga. And everything she says, I was so angry with her. And everything he says, I'm like 100% in agreement. And this girl as well, I was like, oh, is she going to be one of these, oh, I went to an all-girl scout? And then she said it, and I was like, mother. But then she actually, as soon as he did come out to her, she was like, oh, okay. And they became like best pals. Like, all right, you're not my boyfriend, but gay best friend is pretty much exactly how it went down. But he shouldn't have needed to do that, and the whole thing of it being at work is really inappropriate. And as an adult, I was very angry about the whole situation, but I was especially angry at this woman. Like like what she said to them in the aquarium. I'm sure this is supposed to be inflammatory in terms of, like Fujoshi's reading this being like, bitch, shut your mouth. Like honestly. So angry, so angry. But then she has this whole thing and it's like, no, he doesn't owe you anything. He doesn't owe anyone anything. He's just someone who you work with. Anyway, the whole background story of is it Mastodon? Mastodon Canada. It seems really difficult. Another woman. It's very often a lot of mental health issues with mothers. Often unaddressed mental health issues, which is kind of interesting that it comes up so often. That strong female characters are a good thing, and that's what I had as one of the prompts in the bingo board. Was it last year or 2 years ago? And I feel like the negative female character comes up just as much. And I didn't put it in this year, but maybe it should be in next year's bingo board, because here's the negative female characters in both sides of this story. We're getting negative female characters, the ones who are nosy and pushy, and the ones who are pushing their feelings on as well, and causing strife between the two, as well as whatever's going on here with this poor lady. But then mental health is something that's not addressed in Japan enough. So yeah, I feel like this packed a lot of story into such a slim single volume, and I really enjoyed it. The artwork's lovely, and I just want them to be happy together already. Anyway, I'm kind of being all cozy. I do have other cozy things. I've got my purple one out, and everything's going to be changed around. I was going to do it today, but I also wanted to film my whole video, which reminds me I need to do the thumbnails as well. So I will do the thumbnails, but I think this is going to carry on for another wee while. Although I think they reached a milestone of 75,000 pages. If you join the Discord, you can log your pages read, and that way, if they reach the goal, then another challenge has been unlocked. So yeah, everyone helps by reading lots of things. Anyway, it's interesting if you haven't already. What's it called? I can't remember what it's called. Magical readathon. It's called the magical that was good. The magical readathon, and it's the autumn equinox term. But yeah, I haven't actually ever read any of the books for it. It's usually prose that they would be reading anyway. I don't know if you can just read manga. Maybe you can. I don't know. Anywho, this can also account for my buzzword readathon too, because it's got a water word in the title. Anyway, I'm gonna go and do some thumbnails and then pick something else to read. So it's a little bit later on. I am still on the sprints, but I was doing my thumbnails, and I'm waiting on my video to upload onto YouTube a little bit longer, probably another hour. So while I'm here, I think I might just read Hatsugoi no To. It looks like quite a nice little book. Maybe, well, except for the crying face. It is a 2 volumes are out already, so it looks kind of scary. So yeah, I think maybe I'll give this a go. I think I might be interested in getting the other one. If I get it from, I think World of Books have got it on, but it's still kind of pricey. Even if I got like a discount, I think it would be still a little pricey. So I'm looking to see if I can get them maybe a little cheaper. But yeah, I might just give this a wee read. But I'm gonna eat my strawberries and yogurt first. I do enjoy having this because it does fill me up, but I am gonna have to wean myself off of dairy again. So I'm going to eat everything that's in the house with the dairy and then just not replace it and maybe get like go back to, if I want to, I don't particularly enjoy it, but go back to eating the vegan non-dairy kind of yogurts and stuff like that. It just doesn't get the thickness that a Greek yogurt does, and so it's not quite as delicious, but it is what it is. I have to. I think my sinuses are pretty bad, so yeah, back to the food exclusion diet. And everything here is fine except for the yogurt, so I should be okay. So good morning. It is day 2 of 1330 and this volume 1 readathon and the magical readathon, I guess, too. I don't know if this will count. But I have now completed Hatsukoi Note by Amekiri volume 1, because there is a volume 2, which I might have a wee look to see if I can get. But this morning I did have a lovely croissant again. That's me out of croissants. And I won't be able to buy any more because I'm going to try and get rid of the cheese that I also have with it. And the Greek yogurt, I might make a fruit bowl before I go to work. Maybe I'll take that for work. I don't know what I'm going to take for dinner. So I need to decide that because I am working today. I've got today and tomorrow to work, which is fine. And I will need to maybe have time for another video. I really should make a couple of extra videos that I've got on my little docket of like these are ones to make, and I also have some to edit, so I could edit a video instead, but it's easier if I film a little one and then edit it. It's a bit faster than sitting and editing the one that I've got. Anyway, that's my chat for the day. It's not really much. Anyway, Hatsukoi Note, let's have a wee chat about this. It is about Shoya, who is a boy who doesn't really understand what it means to fall in love and to feel love, and so he's never 100% sure about what his emotions are and what they should be. And he comes across this blog about a boy who has feelings for another boy, and the photos and the comments that are written he really resonates with, and he finds himself feeling things a lot more from reading this blog and empathizing with his romantic feelings. And then he discovers that it's actually a boy in his school, and then he discovers that the boy is in love with his best friend. So he then wants to befriend him, bring him into the group, and he continues to look at his blog posts and realizing that the feelings that he has now, because his heart has been opened and he's more aware of them, perhaps isn't just of, friendly support for this person and his friend. It's maybe something more. So this is the story. There's a lot to it. It does go on, and there's also some maybe traumatic backstories and things like that that I think were dealt with really well, because often when something happens, there is an impact on not only the person maybe physically and emotionally, but also socially on their relationships with other people as well. And so I feel like that's really well addressed in here. I thought that was quite nice. It was also just really cute and sweet and kind of lovely. They went to a haunted house. So yeah, maybe you could read this for Manga Freakathon in October if you're looking for things like skeletons and scary stuff. You'll be able to find, or bugs and things like that. So I kind of instantly thought, oh, this would probably be good a Manga Freakathon read. So if you do end up needing to find certain things, I'm assuming Manga Freakathon we're gonna have like bingo boards and stuff like that if it's happening this year. Fingers crossed it is. I'm assuming we're going to. But yes, this might be a good one to read for that if you're on the lookout for certain things. And I did enjoy it. Hatsukoi noto means first love note. And I did enjoy it. And I do want to read more. So yeah, they're kind of cute. It is It does ramp up the sexual nature um of the couple. So if you're not 100% okay with teenage boys in high school doing such things, then you might want to avoid this. I'm just saying, letting you know. So yeah, this is a high school romance, and yes, there are scenes of a sexual nature. So, but yeah, it was super cute and I enjoyed it. And I don't know what I'm gonna read next. We can go up and choose. I think that might be quite a good idea. So I'll set these down here, put them on in order of read. But yeah, we need to decide what I'm going to read. Now, obviously, there's a few things that are in series that have 1 or 2 volumes, but I'm thinking I'm going to try and concentrate on things that I only have the first volume of. So, probably not a lot of this stuff, except I do have a couple of fairly new acquisitions, more new stuff. These two here, we've got Romeo by Aja Watanabe. There is more to this series, but obviously Junior Maga's only given us this one. And then Depth of Field, which also has at least a second volume, and we've not had anything yet from Junior Maga saying we're getting more. So I think these are going to be the next 2 that I go for, because they're here. They're volume 1s. They state that they're volume 1s, and I've not read them yet. Obviously I have other volume 1s, but they're part of series. So I'm just focusing on the volume 1s without volume 2s in my collection. This is the one I would go for, I think. One of these 2. People have said that they're really good, and it's just like so fun that Watanabe Aja has new stuff. I think, is there like 4 volumes or something in this in Japanese? I have no idea what they're about. So yeah, one of these I think next. But I am going to try and see if I can at least read or complete a 1 single volume every time every day. So even if I don't, so I could start one and finish one, but I want to try and finish one a day, so I can have that sort of be like something I've never actually done is actually do the 1 volume per day type thing. It's a challenge for me. So the 1330, I've never actually completed it as is 1 volume per day. That's what I want to try and see if I can do. So yeah, these will be the next 2. One of them I will read next, so I might pull out before I go to work and start it and then try and finish it tomorrow. But yeah, as it is, I've got quite a few things. Like here I've got things to put away, things I've read, things I haven't read, and I also need to track them in my reading tracker. And I have the latest haul video stuff that needs to get put away as well, and then I have all this that needs to be reorganized. But I kind of feel like that could be a separate video, because I do have things like this that needs to get put away downstairs, and I need to recalculate the numbers of unread in my collections. So this is all prose that should be downstairs, but I'm not too sure if I want that to be part of this video or maybe just my own other video, film stuff like that and put it in another video that I need to organize and put things away. So yeah, that's the plan anyway. So this is the next day, and I think I'm going to start with Romeo. Amazing. I do remember I got this for quite a good price, so I'm happy about it. But yeah, it's in such good condition. But yeah, I think I'm going to start with this one. It's a little bit later in the day than I really would like it to be. I've just been sleeping for a bit longer. I could not get to sleep last night, and then yeah, I just slept longer this morning. So we'll see how I get on with this and if I can get it finished before work. But I haven't eaten anything yet, and I will need to get ready to go. I'll probably have more time tomorrow. So if I don't finish it before work, hopefully I'll finish it when I get home so I can keep my 1 a day streak. It's always the way. But yeah, I'm gonna go make myself something to eat now. So I haven't got much reading done yet, but I have made some dinner. Well, it's like lunch, but it's gonna be a main meal. I'll probably put some of the leftovers in to take for my dinner when I go to work. But this is what I got: some courgettes and green beans and a lasagna, which will be quite tasty. But yes, I've not read very much. Just opened it and flicked through. Looks very sexual. Very Aja Watanabe, old school as well, which makes me want to maybe read some of the stuff that I've got. I think I've got one other thing of hers, probably in like a kitty media or something like that, I think it is. But yeah, this is what I'm gonna have. Probably delicious. I'm listening to an audiobook at the same time, which might count towards the magical readathon, but I guess whatever I'm reading also might count towards the magic readathon, so I might be taking part, I might not. It's just how it is. It was the same in April as well. I had a lot of audiobooks because I was working so much, so but yes, this September I'm not working as much, which is quite good. But I'm going to eat this while it's still warm. So I just got this package delivered. It does have a hole in it, so hopefully there's no damage. But we shall see. Let's open it up and see what I got. It's quite bright and sunny just now. It's like the weather can't make up its mind today. It's been chucking it down and then sunny again. So it's really like, is it autumn? It's still summer because it's really warm. It's still really warm. Oh, there we go. Oh, it is upside down. Ta-da. So I got Legend of Exorcism Volume 2. I would like to get Volume 1 so I can read it, but this was less than £10 and I thought, why not? As you can see, now that I've started buying some of the newer releases, I realised that they don't come with French flaps. Oh, a map! Oh, I love a good map. Tang Dynasty. Fabulous. Oh, very nice. So, I don't actually know, when is this? June 2025. Oh, so this is a really new one. It's a really new one. So, yeah. I don't have many things that are 2025 releases. It's not in the best, like you can see on the cover, there's like all these, like I don't know, is that just, maybe it's the type of image, but it feels like it needs a little bit of a clean, and the cutting is not as pristine. Considering this is a brand new copy, I feel like this could do with a little bit of a, like a wipe down. It just feels like there's things on it. Anyway, what else did I get that was not book related? Oh, hopefully it's all right. June 2027. So I've got, oh gosh, 2 years. Oh, it's not the most solid. It's not an actual tin. This is chai latte blend, but it's vegan and gluten free, and yes, it is a whole kilogram. Because I was thinking it's starting to be autumn. I might not want to have coffee. I might not want to have tea, but I might want to have a little spicy tea drink that is, of course, vegan, because I'm going to phase out what I'm eating over the next like couple of weeks and get rid of anything dairy in my house and go back to a non-dairy diet and see if that helps me feel better. So I did want something that was non-dairy, and there was a choice between the green ones, which are just vegan, or this one, which is the vegan and gluten-free, and it's the artisanal blend, which means this is the kind of stuff that you get in an actual coffee shop or cafe, that kind of thing. But usually they have something to like steam the milk and make it all frothy, even if it is like oat milk or almond milk or coconut, which is really good. I highly recommend coconut milk with chai latte, because the coconut and the chai, really good. But I don't have something like that. I don't have like an espresso machine. So what I got was, oh, move this out of the way. The other thing, an electric milk frother. And this one is, I don't remember, is this supposed to be the battery one, or is this supposed to be, it says large battery capacity, but I don't think it's supposed to be a battery. I think it's supposed to be one that you charge. let's see. Can I even open this? Wow. I'm a full-grown woman. This is too difficult for me. Ugh! There we go. Oh, it comes in different things. Okay. So a little stand. Yeah, it must be the kind that you... And it comes with one of these as well. A little whisk. I'm not too sure how strong that one's going to be. But this is the one I'm after. Oh, I didn't realize it came like with a twirly one. You see? And they fit on like that. And then this is the actual thing. So yeah. Can you see? There we are. So yeah, one that I charge up with a USB. Does it go in there? And then one of these will get attached. And I have a little charger for it. Woo woo! An electric milk frother. So I'm gonna see if I can get some, like, maybe some oat or maybe some coconut milk and see if we can get some, heat it up, give it a wee whiz, make it all fancy, and have some nice autumnal drinks when it starts to be a little cooler, because it's actually still super hot today. Yeah, the temperature has definitely not dropped yet. So anyway, the book that I got and some chai. I feel like this is a nice little haul. Happy that I got it. I do have some other things in my cart that I'm considering buying, and I feel like I will, but I'm just in the like, I'm not sure about kind of moment. Do I want to spend that money or not? But yeah, pretty darn happy with my little purchases. We'll see how this tastes. It's not the most, it's like cardboardy rather than, but the base isn't even metal. You know how sometimes it's a thin one? But anyway, I shall see how it works. Yeah, happy with that. So, hello, it is the next day. I did finish this last night. It's actually around after midday. It's probably after midday. I'm still pretty tired because I got home last night from work and I thought, oh well, I'll just keep reading this until I finish. So I did finish it. And then I tried to go to sleep and I just couldn't sleep. And it was like 6 in the morning before I actually fell asleep. It's fine because I'm not working today. Today's my first day off. I've got tomorrow off as well. I don't think I'll read loads because I want to get some other stuff done, but I'm really tired. I'm just gonna have a chill day. I might get something done. I might get nothing done. But yeah, I did finish this. It's like lovely artwork, stunning. You can tell like if this was the color ones. But the problem is this kind of stuff. So Aja Watanabe's obviously thought really hard about this worlds and these characters and everything that happens, but this is way too much exposition. This is way too much world building that is telling and not showing. Straight off the bat, you get this, like if we just started with this and went just straight into the story here without all of this stuff at the beginning, like maybe put all of this at the back so that we can try and learn from the story instead of being told what the story is. If the story's that complex, then you're not doing a great job. Look, even between chapters, there's loads of things that you need to read. And that's like not the point of manga. Manga is very much about showing the story and getting the story, like that's like the ultimate way of showing, not telling. I don't want to read huge big chunks of text. Sometimes that happens in, for example, adaptations of light novels into manga form. But this is like an original Aja Watanabe story, so I mean, absolutely stunning, beautiful artwork. Love the artwork, and the story and the setting is interesting. Like once I got into it, I was fine, but this took a long time to actually get through all of the exposition stuff. It is very in-depth, and yes, it is very sexual. So, yeah. What is the story is tricky to explain because it is a lot of fantasy. We have a world that is very much a fantasy world, and we have different kinds of individuals who are like historically have been genetically modified, so they are like almost like shifters. It's like her version of shifters. So we also have the I want to say Maburashi, but it's the sort of mystical being who's like an advanced being within these genetically modified creature humans, hybridy type things that have the possibility of procreating and creating life, and almost in a sort of impreg type situation, because these beings have been genetically created. So there's like genetically created shifters, and then these like mystical original shifters that naturally occurred that we're not sure still exist, and that yet we do have one. So it's an odd one. It feels like it's overly complicated. She could have just used terms like shifters and things like, but she wanted to make her own. I'm like, ah, fair enough. You know, you've been doing this a long time. And that's what she said, actually. What was it, 37 years? I don't know how old she is or how long she's been doing manga, but she's been doing it for a long time. So, but it is gorgeous. I really enjoy the artwork. She definitely does a great job of bodies. Bodies are very beautiful. But yeah, so we have this character. They all have big long names as well. It's way too overcomplicated. Anyway, Koyo and Jade are the two mains. So they're the ones that you're supposed to be rooting for to try and get together. But it's one of those cases where Koyo was with someone in a mated bond who wasn't like his um, fated mate type thing. That's not what's used. Like I said, she uses terms and other things. Basically, it's a shifter society. We've got one who's like almost like a dominant, you know, that kind of thing, shifter, and he's supposed to be on the lookout for his fated mate. He has a mate bond with someone else, but it can be broken easily. And they bring in someone from outside who's going to be trained in their group. There's like a group of people who do stuff. I'm really badly explaining this. So anyway, he kind of raised this person from teenage years into more adulthood. Um, but you kind of know that there's a sexual attraction there between the two of them, but yet Jade doesn't want to act on it because he still sees Koyo as a sort of parental figure. And that the other parental figure, his bonded mate, does still live and is alive, and you know is someone who, but they have an interesting relationship. It's a difficult one to explain. It's very much a fantastical shifter-esque type story, but between two people who are mutually attracted, but for whatever reason choosing not to act on that. I think Koyo would very much like to get dicked down by Jade. That's that's the basics. And unfortunately, we only have this first volume because it's been a while since June Manga have released any new work, and I'm not sure if they're going to because of the whole tax thing. So that happened a while ago. Like they've had tax issues before, but they had a fairly recently. I don't know if it was 2023 or 2024. They had another tax thing happen, so I don't know if we're gonna get any more. If June Manga is actually defunct, or if we're gonna. They haven't. I don't know. There's not been any kind of announcement or anything, but we haven't had any new physical releases, and they've had a few that they were supposed to release and they haven't. So yep, we shall see. Anyway, while I'm here, let's pick the next one, and I think I already know what I want to pick. So here is my cart where I put the haul for August on, and Nomi and Shiba is the one that's really calling for me. I can read Love in the Palm of His Hand. That's also a volume 1, and obviously Happy Crappy Life. But I've got more of Happy Crappy Life whereas I don't have any more of Nomi and Shiba, and it is by Toru Tagura, who did Koi Monogatari. So that's the one I'm probably going to choose to read next. So I have, oh, behind my foot. Don't get that for free. So I have been reading some of this on and off today. I've been really enjoying it. I really like it. It's super cute. We're following two high school boys who are sharing a room. So they're roommates, dorm mates in a like a boarding school, and they both end up getting catching feelings for each other, but for reasons they think that each other doesn't like gay people or gayness because of reasons. But it turns out that they are actually mutually pining for each other. So chef's kiss, love that. There's a lot of this that I actually love. The fact that it's by Toru Tagura, I really enjoy as well. But I just got to this stage here. Just felt like when someone's searching for porn so that they can learn more about gay sex. I was like, God damn it. And I'm thinking, like, when did I get this? Wasn't this this was one of the first things I got in August. So I got it during my AO1 readathon, which means I could have read it during my 801 readathon and I would have come across this. God damn it. Why didn't I just read what I bought when I bought it? But I am enjoying it just now. I love the artwork. It's super cute. Story's really lovely. And Bazaar is just about to start doing some like reading sprints. So I'm going to join in and see if I can finish this before midnight. So we'll see. So I can pick up the next complete my 1 volume per day, maybe start the next one, because I don't have to go to work tomorrow, so I can actually stay up a little bit later. And considering last night I just lay awake for ages, not being able to sleep, I may as well use the time to read some more manga. So it's almost midnight and I've got like, I don't know, like 5-10 pages left, so I'm gonna hopefully finish it soon. This is it. Why did I not read this? I got it. Here is the scene, and it's the same characters as well. Nakaoji-kun. Um, excuse how graphic it is, but this is the scene that I was using as the prompt, the whole towel prompt. You know, like if someone's wearing a towel or you see a towel, great. But if the towel falls and you see it from the person's perspective when they're looking at the person, then that you get extra points, like bonus points on the bingo board. Damn it! See? The fact that I only found towels and I didn't find this, I was kind of annoyed with, but see, proof. This 1 volume has so many tropes in it. And it's great. I'm really loving this. But yeah, I'm gonna finish it hopefully before midnight. So I've just finished. It was super cute. We're about to go back onto chatty mode because we're almost finished the wee Pomodoro cat for this sprint, this little reading sprint. I love this. I absolutely love this. Everything about this. It's I guess just because it's so well done. Toru Tagura just does lovely. She's got such a lovely distinctive art style that I really resonate with. The expressions are just so wonderful. But also, like she said at the end with her little note, that she just chose a bit of a rom-com. She says here she usually draws calmer, quieter stories, and this time she started to try something different and go with the rom-com. And so
it's kind of cute. It's nice, and I still feel like, yeah, it's calmer and quieter. It definitely has the more rom-com vibes, so it's got that sort of light-hearted feel to it, but it's also full of like a sex comedy type thing when people are trying to navigate their feelings, which is what she does really well. Even in her calmer, quieter stories, I feel like she does the tender feelings and emotions just as much as she's obviously able to do the comedic ones, or um, the more uh, sexual ones, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what she's gonna give us in the next volume, because it does end with them finally getting to the point where they're able to confess their feelings. So I want more. I want more. This, the whole roommates vibe in like a dormitory. It's something that I love as a setting. I know Twilight Out Focus is obviously one that's a recent one, but I'm trying to remember what Kodama, and I'm trying to remember. There was one that was never published in English, but it was one of my favorites, and it was Kodama and something. So it was the two names, the same as this. And then there was another one that was also never published in English that I really loved, and it was like The Breakfast Club, it was called, which is like named after the movie. And it was all about people in, the dormitories, and I absolutely loved it. It was really good. I'm trying to remember the name. Akira or something like that. I need to find the mangaka for it, but that's a really good one if you wanted to check out. It's not available in English, so you'd have to go and see it. But yeah, The Breakfast Club was one of my favorites on Scanlations back in the day. But I just have a general love of dormitory stories. It's that whole like forced proximity. So Yarichin Bitch Club is another one that I do really enjoy, because they're all in dorms, and I also really liked Silver Spoon. That's a really great dormitory story. Obviously not a BL, but hey, I ship the two main guys. But yeah, anything with a dormitory, I generally have a tendency to really enjoy. I think that's something I should put down. I should start making who was it? Meg with books, and a few other people have now done like five star audits. Like, what do they give 5 stars to? This is 100% a 5 star read. 100%. This is like 5 up to the 6 star read. This is another one, like, along with Worst Soulmate Ever. Like, I'm really happy that I read it, and I wish I read this as soon as I got it in the mail, because one, it had a couple of things I would have been like, yay! I would have had a great time reading it, and I also would have been able to like tick off the fact that I got a couple of the prompts, the bingo board prompts. This definitely would have gone down as searching for porn. God damn it. I knew it. I knew I'd read like 4 this year. So this is my 5th one. At least my 5th one, I think. So yeah, I'm gonna have to find another volume 1. This is day 4's. I'm trying to think what day it is. Yeah, because I've already done Romeo as well, and so I'm gonna have to pick my day 5's. But I may as well start it now. Well, I'll start it after we've had a wee chatty bit, because they're starting just now. So I'm gonna have a wee chat with Bazaar and, is it Chloe, and then we'll pick day 5's volume 1. So the next sprint has started, and I was going to read this during the readathon, and I never got round to it. Oh, can I pull it out? This is a volume 1, Yes, No, or Maybe, and it's the manga first volume of a novel that I've already read, so I should be able to get through this, but I just never actually cracked the spine properly. So this one I think is day 5's. So good morning. It is the next day. I've got a coffee and a couple of eggs on rolls. I'm gonna make like little buns, and I'm halfway. Let's move this away. Halfway through. Yeah, I'd say it's about halfway through. Yes, No, or Maybe, the manga version. This is by Yuki Mura, who I'm not sure. Is this the same Yuki Mura that did, what was it? Some other ones. Something about a lonely one. I've got it up the stairs actually. So Yukimura is a mangaka name that I know, but is it the same Yukimura as another BL one? I'd have to check out what they've got. The art style is quite nice, but it's not one that I necessarily recognize. So yeah, this is the story of Kunidake, who is very much doesn't live a double life. He just is very much separating his personal and professional existence, his personal thoughts, feelings. He's being an adult. You don't go to work and be a completely different person, but that's what he's being. But you do try to maintain professionalism, and he's taking that to like the nth degree. It was very clear when his mother phoned that she was like, at first, I was like, oh, who's he pretending to be? That's not him. But now when she watches it, she feels very uncomfortable because he is so different between his personal and private life. So in work mode, he's very much perfect in every way. And anyway, he ends up having to work with Tsuzuki Ushio, who in a professional setting, he's very kind and works well with. But then he ends up meeting him as his, normal at home grungy self, glasses, fake glasses, mask, rough appearance and rough words, and he doesn't take. He has to switch off completely and become more of his natural self. It's almost, I don't want to say, but it's a bit like masking, how you go out into the world and you pretend to be something, and then you go home and you're like, oh, you have to just zone out and slob out. It's very much a natural thing to do as an adult. That's what you have to do. But yeah, this is following the story from the book, which I read, and from the animation, because they did have an anime. Pretty much the same. But yeah, I'm halfway through. So he's encountered him, the animator, and starting to become somewhat more friendly, but he knows him in two different ways. So yeah, it's interesting. There might be another connection there, because I know that I do have book, which one is it? Book there, that one. Book 3. I don't have book 2 in the series, so I do need to get book 2, because I've read book 1, so it really shouldn't be on that shelf because I've already read it. But yeah, I do need to get book 2 so I can continue their story. But yeah, I've got a bit more to go. We shall see. But he's kind of cute. I like him in... They're cute with each other, actually. I quite like... I quite like them. But yeah, this is where I'm at. I'm going to continue this today, and then I'm going to continue with some editing. I only did a little bit yesterday. I kind of realised I haven't updated my spreadsheet in a while, and I need to do that as well. So that might be a job. I was very grungy and slobby, and I had an afternoon nap and everything. Yesterday, I really needed it. My body was completely exhausted. So it's already... Is it midday? Is it already? I have my haul video to upload. My mum phoned, so that's why I've spent most of the morning not doing anything, and I was chatting away to her. So yeah, things to do in the afternoon. It's starting to get dark as well, so it might rain. I don't think I want to leave the house. I think I'll just stay in, read, do some more editing, maybe do some updating my spreadsheet, that kind of thing. Tasks like that. But yeah, have something to eat first while it's hot. So it is actually a little bit later on. I mean, I haven't really been doing very much today, it feels like. Sitting around and trying not to fall asleep. I don't know. I'm just really tired. My body's really tired. I want to just have a little afternoon nap, but it's a little bit too late to do that now. I should probably get some dinner or something, but I don't really know what I've got in the house. I don't really want to go out and go to the shops, but at the same time, I kind of want something. I'm kind of feeling lazy. Could I order? No takeaway, no delivery. I'm trying not to spend money. Yes, no, or maybe. I came up to bed to finish reading it, and because I wasn't doing it when I was downstairs, so I'm just sitting in bed, having a little read, and I finished it, and it was perfectly nice. And it ended pretty much where I thought it would end, and then there was a little like written story. I don't think the written stories are particularly, they're okay, but there's nothing great shakes about them. Whereas the manga always feels a bit bitter. I'm enjoying the art style, it's nice, and everything's just following the same story beats and patterns. So yeah, it's not like I'm learning anything new from it. I think it's perfectly fine. Um, and I was checking the dates. When was it? December? Is that what it was? November 2024. So right at the end of last year. So yeah, that's me done for today's one. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So I've finished my volume for today, which I feel very good about. And I'm doing really well, doing one volume a day and actually reading that one volume every day. So I don't know what I'm going to read for tomorrow. I could read something else instead that wouldn't be counting against this. I could continue with my audiobook, which would be good if I was going to the shops. Or I could read some other manga. But I kind of want to just try and see if I can keep this one volume a day up. It'll be more difficult when I start going to work, but I think I can. Well, I'm working tomorrow anyway, so I don't know what my next one's going to be. Maybe start choosing it now, and that way I can start it. And yeah, maybe actually something good. Yeah. Well, I just don't want to finish it tonight, you know? Like if I start it and read a lot of it, I have to pause and leave it. Like I'm up to date. I'm feeling good, but I don't want to jinx it by reading too much. But yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna read next. It's whatever is a volume 1 that I don't have a volume 2 of, basically, is where I'm starting at, and I feel like I should do that for everything that's in my collection. And I have quite a few. I definitely have more than 10, so it'll be like the first 10 anyway for this vlog. I don't know why I want to read. I've got some old ones, and then a couple more new ones, and I feel like a new one would be easier to read. So if I started an old one, I might be like really bored of it, but I don't want to get into a slump. That's the danger. So we'll see. I don't know. I might just turn around and go for a wee snooze. Just put my audiobook on and snooze instead. It's been one of those, I don't know, today and yesterday. Just feel really tired. See? Yawn. It's like, it's not even, I don't know, like 5 o'clock or something. I should not be feeling like this. Maybe have a bath or something. My feet are cold. That might be it. Anyway, I'm rambling. I'll check in when I am picking my next book. So it is time to choose my next book. It's about 5 o'clock again the next day. So things have happened. I just had something to eat. I was on the phone to my sister. I thought I would make some food. So I've been having a lovely, delicious dinner of mashed potato and carrots and some sausages, and it was very, very nice and tasty. And I feel all full and satiated, but kind of want a wee sweet treat. So I might get myself a wee sweet treat. I spent last night after I read. I made a little quick late evening snack, and then spent the rest of the evening listening to an audiobook and yeah, and doing this jigsaw puzzle. Did a whole jigsaw puzzle. Yeah, I didn't mean to, I just did. That's what happened. That's just what happens sometimes, you know. You just have to do a whole jigsaw puzzle. I am at the moment, right now, pulling out some of my ones, my volume 1s, to put in a wee pile, so that I think I have more of this. Do I have more of this? I think I do. I think I have volume 3. Where's volume 3 of that? Oh, there it is. Why are they not next to each other? See, this is what happens. I feel like that should count. If I don't have a volume 2 of something, should that count? I feel like that should count. Like all of these, I've got like the next volume, so I feel like I shouldn't. But this one, I feel like I could. But then if I do, then I'm definitely, well, yeah, I think this should count. It should count. I've decided. This should count. I'm gonna put that there. Does this count? I don't know if this is a one-shot or if this is a volume 1. Yeah, I'm not sure about this one. I'll have to check out on the websites. Wow, that's quite good. Do I have any down here? I don't think I do. I think all of these are either one shots or they're part of series, and I've got them all. Let's go up here. I think the only one I've got is this one here. I think. Let's go across. The only one on its own here is Tomcats because they didn't publish any more, so technically that's one as well. Add that to the pile. Let's see. Oh, Nabari no O. I could read that one. That's the one. I see I've just got a 1 here, but I have just picked up a volume 2, so technically I have the volume 2. And then down here, what have I got? What have I got? I think just this one. This one here. I don't think I've got any down here that don't have other ones. I'm just moving around. This one is a volume 1. Yeah, this doesn't count. The rules don't apply. Yeah, I don't think. Oh, technically, this doesn't have a volume 1 written on it. But it is technically volume 1 of a series. They didn't publish any more. It just doesn't have volume 1 written on it. Any of these? Were any of these volume 1s? No. And I don't know about these ones because I think they're all like, well, depth of field. Let's forget depth of field there. We'll add these to the pile. The pile's too big now. This is my, move this out of the way. Put this down. I think these are all like one shots. And then down here I've got some series, but they're all, yeah, they're all part of series. So, yeah, that'll do. That'll do for just now. Okie doke. So this is my, put that way. This is my little, like, possible, I should have really done this at the start of the video, but I was just going with vibes, and I quite enjoy just going off of vibes. Oh, and I have one other one. Oh, way up here. I left up here. It's in such terrible condition, like horrendous condition. It's so, like, yellowed or damaged. I don't want to keep it, actually, but I feel like I should read it first. Like, I don't even want it touching anything else. I don't feel like reading too much. I feel like I should probably have a bath and get all warm because I'm feeling a little bit cold like I was yesterday. I think I'm gonna go with Let's Eat Together, Aki and Haru. It's a wee skinny one. But I've got some, I went to the shops before work today, so I've got lots of things, like nice sweet treats I can eat. But yeah, this one doesn't seem very big. Best friends and college roommates. And it's about food, so I think this should be a quick and easy and fast one. I really do want to keep doing just like one a day and don't push myself to read more. But just keep at it and be consistent. That's the main thing. So yeah, I'm gonna go with this, but I'm probably gonna go put the kettle on. Something warm inside me. I am still very tired. Ooh. And I always get like this after I've worked. I always come home and unless I've got things going on with family and stuff, I just chill. And then I get all like in my cozy sweatpants and hoodies and just lounge around whiling the day away. And have snoozes, which my work colleague called today fat naps. We were like, "What are you going to do for the rest of the day?" And she was like, "I'm going to go home and have a fat nap." And I just thought that was a great way to describe having like a really good, indulgent rest after work in the middle of the afternoon. Um, I think it's a great way to describe it. I'm going to have a wee read of this then. That's my choice made. So here it is. This is my puzzle. I didn't mean to. I just came down to have a wee snack and then ended up um thinking, oh, I'll just continue listening to my audiobook instead of reading a manga. I'll just listen to that. And then while I'm moving my hands, I'll get this out. And it took me no time at all, a couple of hours. And I wasn't planning on finishing it. I was just going to do the edge. But after I did the edge, I was like, well, I'll just, organize the colors. And then, oh, well, I could just put it together. I found all the orange, the lemon pieces and the lime pieces. And then that was me. And I was like, well, let's just do the bottle. Well, let's just do this glass. And it just ended up finishing it. And it was really good. I liked it a lot. It was a lovely little puzzle. I don't really want to break it up, but I did go to the charity shop on the way home and pick up a couple more. Because there's no point in spending lots of money on puzzles. They were £4, I think. There was a couple there that were like 50p, which I could have got, but I wasn't feeling them. This one is a big chunky 1,000-piece autumnal puzzle, which means it'll take the whole thing. I didn't really enjoy doing it on this. I wanted to put something white down, but because I was like not planning on actually doing it, I just did it. I was like, damn it, I shouldn't have. So yeah, this is a 1,000-piece, whereas that one I think is only 500. This one is also 1,000 pieces, and it's bees, but it also has lots of florals. Can you tell? I really like floral ones. But all of the different bees have like the information about them. I love that. It's gonna help me to do it. I really like this one. I might actually just do the bees. And it was a great day of saving the bees. I think she's really funny, that lady. So yeah, I got some nice things. The other thing I went when I was at the shops, because it goes with the matching autumnal, is I went to Lidl's and they have some autumnal things there. And this one has 3 different scents. And a proper like, oh, if I can get it open. Oh, there we go. Wooden wick. And it smells really nice. I almost bought a couple the other day, but the scents weren't really that good. They smelled really artificial, whereas this one actually smells quite nice. So it does kind of go autumnally. So yeah, I suppose I should put my puzzle away. So proud, so proud. I do enjoy them. And I like that this one came with an actual paper. So yeah. Right, I'm going to go put the kettle on, get something warm to drink as well. So it is probably about 20 past 11 or something. The sprints have started. So yeah, Bazaar and Chloe are hosting some more sprints. But I have like literally just finished. So while they were chatting, I was like, I could comment, but I could just finish this because I'm almost done. Plus, I do have work again tomorrow, so I probably won't actually be taking part. Well, technically, I was reading while they were on, so I feel like that's good. So yeah, I finished Let's Eat Together, Aki and Haru, and it's super cute, and it's mostly about food. It's very much a foodie manga. It kind of feels like if What Did You Eat Yesterday is like Gen X Zennials, um older millennial kind of age. This is Gen Z, or like, yeah, Gen Z, I think. I don't think the Gen Alpha. I think Gen Alpha is maybe a little bit too young. But yeah, this is like Gen Z. This is the other end. This is the Zennial on the other end. With the Zennial with a Z instead of Zennial with an X. So yeah, it just feels like this is an incarnation of
two guys who live together, and it's got recipes and food, and it's every chapter centered around another dish. It feels very what did you eat yesterday, which I am not opposed to at all. So yeah, these two, they're friends from secondary school, high school, and they ended up going to university, but they go to different universities, but they live together, and they rent a house. And the house is like really nice, actually. It's like a proper house. The two of them live there. And they just cook food. That's pretty much it. Like, not much else happens. Just lovely. It's very much like, what did you eat yesterday? So yeah, very happy to have this as be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, day 6, because it is the 6th. So it's not quite the 7th yet, but I should probably pick my next one, and I could give it a go and start reading before midnight. And that gives me a wee bit of a head start for tomorrow. So let's choose my next read. I'm drinking hot peach tea just now. So we'll put this on my little my little pile and pick the next one. So what do you think? I gotta say, the older ones are not really, they're not really calling to me, but I know I should. I know I should. These are the ones that I need to. I have less and less. Sound of my voice, Yokanita. I have no idea what it's about. Let's go with a Yokanita. Sometimes her works are interesting, and they have a lot more interest than you think. And then sometimes they're really depressing, and sometimes they're over the top, and yeah, just generally, you never know what you're going to get with a Yokanita. So let's give this one a go. Also because it kind of does feel like, we had Spiritual Police and we've had Otodama. The sound of my voice, like maybe she has a thing about it. But yeah, I'm guessing this is Fame and Fortune. I don't know. We'll give it a go. This is what I'll start now. So I don't really have an update because I came back from home. Came back home from work, and oh, the tiredness hit me hard. So I literally just got into like my slouchy like homey things. I honestly have no words right now. I'm so tired. And the tiredness hit, and I just crawled into bed and just took that fat nap that my work colleague was talking about. Like, it's like a serious fat nap. It was about 3.5 hours, so I'm still a little bit, yeah, not so great. And I haven't eaten anything yet, and I have not made any progress with this. I did take it out, so it just ended up rumbled in covers. Yeah, I've not made any progress today at all. I'm hoping I'm gonna get this read. It is, I don't know, like 5 o'clock in the evening, maybe 5:30. But yeah, I'm starving now, and I've got a bit of a Grand Prix to watch as well. I've got an audiobook. I'm making progress with my audiobooks, and that's at least good. But I mean, I might read this actually. You know what? I might put this back on the. I mean, I flicked through it, and I was like, "You're not interested." I could just pick something else, and I'd be much more interested in reading something new and shiny. This might be the undoing of me, and I don't want to do that. I want to keep up the good progress of 1 volume a day, which is so hard for me to do. I might put this back actually. Let's choose something else. So if I put this back on the list, let's see what else. I mean, I think the Akasaka one is the next one that is one that I might want to read. It is fairly new. It's got multiple volumes, and it was on Futekia for the longest time, and I never actually got around to reading it. Every single time I was like, oh, I really want to read that. Everyone says it's good. And then I never did. So, typical me. Yeah, this is shiny and new. I feel much more confident that I can get this finished before the end of the day. This one, I'm not sure if I could do it in a week. There's no motivation there. Whereas this one, I'm like,
let's read this one. People said it was good. It's physically printed. Let's go for it. So yeah, I'll read this one instead. But I gotta get something in me. I'm so hungry right now. So yeah, that's the plan. I will read this one next. So good morning. It is the 8th now, so I do need to pick out my 8th book. I've got a little cheese twist and a cup of coffee. Well, it's caramel coffee, so yay. And I did choose this one, and I did read this one. It's kind of interesting, actually, because I had no idea what this was about. It's actors. It's actors. And sometimes I like actor stories, and sometimes I don't. Like, a double cast. I absolutely love. One of my faves. But don't what's that one about? I'm kind of chubby and I'm your hero. Could not finish volume 2. I really need to, but I have not yet. So yeah, it depends. That this is not in terms of like a 5-star audit type thing. Ooh, is this 5 stars? I don't know. I like it. I like it a lot. I enjoyed it because of the gay awakening, bisexual awakening. I think it's gay awakening. I like the sexual exploration stories. I really enjoy those. I really do. And this one has a lot of that in it, as well as gay pining and an awakening as well. Like it has a lot of the stuff that I know I'm gonna enjoy if it's done right. And this, it's done right. My copy has a little bit of a dink, but never mind. I did take the sticker off, so it's got another wee dink there. It's fine. It's fine. So yeah, we've got two characters who end up working together on a late night, 10 p.m., which is kind of prime time slot, and he's Shirazaki-san is not a well-known actor. He's mainly just worked in a troupe and done small bit parts or extra work, that kind of thing, and he ends up getting chosen to be the other main male lead in a gay romance drama. And he ends up being paired up with like the hot up and coming like super popular Hayama Asami, who he also went to like university with. Like he was like training, and he ends up being like, oh no, I'm gonna have to work with this guy, but I remember him, he probably doesn't remember me. And he's like, yeah, I remember you. And it's like, okay. So they have to work together and also navigate ego and jealousy in a little bit of a sense, in terms of like professional jealousy. I think there's a little bit there, which I like because it's not a main aspect, but also a lot of exploration of themselves in the relationship. It's nice. It's lovely, and it's a lot of sexual exploration, which I enjoy, and some feelings. Some feelings are there. What's the other one? Black or White? Black or White's another one, which I do kind of enjoy and kind of don't. It's kind of like I don't know. I've only read up to, is it volume 4? Do I need to read 5? I think I've got 5 through to 9. I think volume 10's out, but I don't have volume 10 yet. So yeah, and apparently volume 10 ends on a cliffhanger, so I'm not sure if I want maybe up to volume 9 and then get 10 and 11 when 11 comes out. That might be an idea. So yes, this was very good, and I do want to get the rest. I think what's happened here is they've created this one volume, and it was popular enough that the mangaka got asked to continue the story in some way, shape, or form. So that's probably what the other ones are, because I feel like this one volume, and I guess this is the point of looking at your one volumes often, is that you're either at the start of a series, or in BL is often the case, the first volume is almost perfectly self-contained, and then the rest of the series only really continues it because the first volume was popular, but it wasn't planned. And that's what often happens. The first volume is just planned as a one-shot tankobon,
and then becomes super popular so that the publishers are like, okay, give the people what they want, give them more. But the mangaka is like, but I wrote it just as a one shot. So they have to create more, because I do think this is perfectly self-contained as a one shot. If you told me this was a one shot, I'd be happy with the outcome. I'd be perfectly content with the conclusion. I think this is a one shot that got extra, not necessarily a series. So it's not really a first volume. It's a volume one, but only because there's more after popularity. So yeah, I think that's an interesting thing about volume ones. Some are the first in a series, and others are self-contained. And then, oops, we got more. So yeah, I would recommend this one. I enjoyed it a lot. I decided to have a bath last night after I had something to eat, and I watched the Grand Prix, and I read this. I was having a good time. And then my work colleague texted me and said, oh, hey, are you going in for this extra training today? And I was like, no, I don't want, no. So I had to wake up this morning early to message because I got messaged late last night, and I didn't want to message my other work colleague late by the time I got out the bath and all that. And I was like, okay, I'll message them this morning. And they were like, probably you could come if you're being nosy and you want to have a little, but you don't need to. And I was like, great, I will not go. But now I'm up and awake anyway, and it feels too early because I need probably more sleep. I am working today, but it'll be later in the afternoon. But the other thing that happened was I got out of the bath, got into my pajamas, got all lovely, sat down, was listening to my audiobook, deciding if I wanted to start rereading or start this actually, and a giant spider crawled across the carpet because it's so that was me, adrenaline high as a kite, and me running around trying to get this spider out my room. Um, it's so funny because usually where I live, around the 1st of August is when the big spiders start coming out of their cracks in the house. I know that there are spiders in this house. I know that they live here permanently, but I don't want to see them or know that they exist. But in August, for 2 weeks, generally that's when you see these big spiders coming out, and they start to be all like going around, and it's always male spiders walking around with their big kahunas out being like, hey ladies, which makes them more vulnerable to me going squish, because I don't want to have a big giant spider in my house. And so far this year they've not really been doing it because the summers like lasted even longer than usual. So it's only now that we're into one full week into September. So they are 5 weeks late. That just goes to show how long this summer has been, how wonderful we've had the weather. It's only like just starting to be like rainy and a bit overcast now, which means I should get my autumnal decor and stuff out. But yeah, this was also one that I was like, oh, this is about actors and stuff, but actually it's about voice actors. So I might give it a go. I might start it today, and if I'm not feeling it, just put it down and choose something that's shiny and new, which would definitely be more to what I'm interested in just now. The older ones that are unread are like the bane of my existence now, because I feel very little oomph, motivation to actually read them. Even if I'm like, yeah, I'm excited, and then actually sitting down, I'm not excited. So yeah, I might give this like 10, 15, 20 minutes. Just give it a bit of slot of time, not read it all, and then just see how I'm feeling, and then maybe get something else if I'm not really feeling it. So yeah, I'm going to give this another go, but yeah, well, I might end up coming back with another update with something else, because it is day 8, and I want to try and see if I can read something before I go to work today. But yeah, I'm going to enjoy my cheese twist and coffee first. So I'm probably going to sit and watch a bit of a Vixen Lala, reading some fantasy romance recommendations. But I have actually just sat and finished reading this. I had my coffee, I had my little pastry. I probably needed another coffee or something hot to drink. Uh, and I just sat there and read this actually, just because I started it and I thought, oh, I'll make it through the first chapter. I made it through the second chapter. I made it through, and by this point, I was like, I'll read to the end. I can see why this is only one volume. In fact, I probably should check out like what's the story behind this. So, yeah, wait a second. Okay, so it does look like there was a second volume and then a couple of extra chapters because a scanlation group did have a volume 3, like chapter 1 and chapter 2. That's according to Baka manga updates anyway. And that it was also published by Animate USA before it went under or just stopped. It only ever did BL stuff and it only did a few things, and then I think Animate International is more like its second incarnation. It is a bit odd, I'm not gonna lie, to have something like this. From 2004 or something? It's really hard to see actually. This Be Beautiful, which is obviously old because it's Be Beautiful back in the day. 2004, published originally in Japan, and this one 2006. So there you go. But this Sound of My Voice, apparently the last chapter, which would have been chapter 12 or 13, something like that, was 2008. And I think it was apparently in 2008 that Yokanita went on her hiatus from creating manga due to the plagiarism accusation. Oh, she did. She was like, "Yeah, I did. I used reference photos," which everyone really does. It's just a shame that it was. Well, yeah, she probably shouldn't have, but at the same time, that's how people learn to do things. But yeah, it is what it is. She went on a big hiatus in 2008, and I think this must have been one of the casualties. I mean, most of Yokonita's things, I mean, you either get it or you don't. You get part of it or you don't. It's just, that's the thing. Like, if you went through most of her catalogue in English anyway, I'd say a half of them, if not more, are incomplete. Just is what it is. So yeah, this is Sound of My Voice, Volume 1. There is no physical Volume 2, and I don't even think there's a Japanese Volume 3. So, yeah, it is what it is. This story follows. I did wonder what this little blurb was about. Basically, we're following Jochi, who wants to become a voice actor in a seiyuu in like anime, and he ends up feeling a little bit overwhelmed, and I think his ego is kind of bruised because he's struggling to get out of the newbie and not getting parts and going for auditions and not getting them and trying to understand the industry when he meets someone from his past. I can't even remember his name. God, what's his name? Kazuma. He meets Kazuma, and Kazuma's kind of like, hey, you could go for that audition, but we've already got the parts. It's already been decided. And that's kind of, in a way, it's a good thing because he's like giving them a reality check that sometimes they'll have auditions, but they'll have already decided who they want for the parts. And it's almost like, well, what's the point of trying? So he kind of goes through a bit of another bit of a Debbie Downer, but he comes over to his place and like gives him some medicine and stuff and sings a wee song, and it kind of triggers something in his brain, and he remembers the song, and that's when he realizes that they were actually in elementary school together, and specifically in a play together where they played the same part, which is a really traumatic experience for him, but is actually just like a happy, pleasant memory for him. So they kind of bump heads straight away, and that's kind of why. You get introduced to other characters as well, like older seiyuu who are like in their 30s or late 20s, who are mentors to them. So it does like have an ensemble cast. So it's not just these two, but it is kind of mainly we're following him and his naivete, and that's generally his character. As he's struggling to push through. He's got raw talent, he has the ability, but he doesn't necessarily have the experience and the confidence that he needs to be able to get the big parts and to keep on pushing through to become successful. So that's kind of like the whole point, is him trying to get a part, or trying to get parts and auditioning and meeting people and that kind of thing. So it's very much the hierarchy of the entertainment industry is in this as well. But they do end up spending more time together. But the end of this, I'm like, literally, there is nothing between them. Nothing. I feel like absolutely nothing. And then from this point on, like, this is the whole volume. This is just plot and story and people introducing characters, all that kind of stuff. And then from here to the end, not even all of it, because it, this is like adverts at the back. This is a sex scene that comes out of fucking nowhere. Makes no sense whatsoever. And it's it's actually a very Yokanita thing to do. Because often you'll have so much, she's very good at plot. She is. She's got a lot of plot going on in her stories. She's got a lot of things happening, people talking and emotions and stuff. And then all of a sudden you'll get this out of nowhere, very graphic sex scene that feels completely out of left field. And unfortunately, there's definitely like their relationship is becoming closer, and they're more professional with each other. This is completely unprofessional and has no place in the story whatsoever. It really does feel like, oh shit, she's made a whole tankabon worth, but she's not actually put any sex in a BL. We're gonna have to change that. It's almost like the little extra at the end once you come to a conclusion, but she's not, because this is just volume 1. This is the kind of volume 1 where it's planned to continue, but she realized, oh, she's put no romance in this BL. There's been no romance up to this point. The romance comes in book 2. And I don't think in 2006, that 2004 actually, that this would have been acceptable in a BL, in the sense that this is definitely a BL. If this was just or I'm just doing a story, like later on, it's like, you don't need to throw in a sex scene that almost feels like coercion, verging on sexual assault, even rape. I feel like they're like modern sensibilities would be, write the story the way you want to write it. The sex scene should come naturally and in the place where it is most deserved, and it's not deserved here. In fact, you should just, once again, I'm asking someone to edit Yokanita's work, cut it right here, continue with volume 2, and then put this in later on. Yeah. I'm really losing my voice now. I need some hot drinks. But yeah, this was day 8. So yeah, an interesting one. Yokanita, as usual. It's thought provoking, but in a why did they do that kind of way. And interesting characters that I don't necessarily want to continue reading from. So it's fine that it's just a volume 1, and at least it's off my TBR now, and that feels good. And it wasn't as bad as I thought. It wasn't as bad. It is all about seiyuu. So if you're interested in voice actors, yeah, this is another one to add to the acting or voice acting, or that kind of performers. So yeah, I'm gonna go get a drink because my voice is really going now. Okay, so I've added my 2 to that stack, so I've got a couple more to read before I finish up this vlog, and I'm thinking I should try and do
at least another old one, but also I kind of want to read a new one. And my newest one is Love in the Palm of His Hand. I feel like that's one that lots of people have said is good as well. When I posted my haul, a photo, I got a couple of comments saying how good this is. So yeah, I think this one might be the next one to try. I might get a bit of it read before I go to work. I've already made my onigiri to take with me, so I'm all set. So I can just have a start of this, maybe in a cup of tea or something, before I go to work. I don't have much time, maybe 30 minutes, something like that. So I would say good morning, but I think it's actually in the afternoon. It's the next day. I have started Love in the Palm of His Hand. It's very nice so far. I think I'm about a chapter in, about someone who meets someone who has hearing difficulties, but he wants to be an actor, but he's kind of always had a problem with over emphasizing things, which means he's pretty good for someone who can't hear. So yeah, the two of them are getting on quite well at this point in the story. I have myself, even though it's not breakfast, I have a blueberry muffin and a coffee just because I'm going to need it. You can probably hear it in my voice. I did not get a break at all yesterday, even though I went to the trouble of making myself something to eat. It wasn't something I could. I was too busy, and one of our staff members got poached to another site, so we had less time. Anyway, this just got delivered. I think I might be expecting, maybe not today, but maybe another thing as well. We shall see. I did get a little bit distracted this morning by Sci-Fire, so I might have a Sci-Fire order coming, and then everything in my cart got wiped and I had to go back through and try and put everything back in, and I couldn't remember what I put on. So I just realized I haven't actually put everything back in the cart and I've already paid for it. So I'm like, damn it. Never mind. This just arrived though. I kind of know what it is, but I kind of don't. So we'll open it up, shall we? So I think everyone else already got theirs. I pre-ordered the two that were available on the Blackwell's website, and everyone else seemed to get theirs except for me. Why does this always happen? Right at the end. There we go. So it was fun to watch everyone get theirs and for me to be like, where's mine? So yeah, I've got volume 2 of the little extra booklet for Lullaby of the Dawn, and that's it. It's like £4 or £5 for a couple of pages. There is 3. Only 2 of them were put on Blackwell's. So I don't know if I'll ever manage to get the other ones. The other, like, volume, I don't know if it's volume 1 or volume 3, still is on my order thing as a pre-order. And it is up on their website as a pre-order, even though other people got theirs. But yeah, whichever volume it is, volume 1 or volume 3, has never been on there. I can't find it. So yeah. Not the best. Not the best. Anyway, when was this? 21? But yeah, this did come out this year, so it is a 2025 release. So I'm only getting it a few months late. Oh, I just shouldn't pre-order things, should I? But then it's like a little booklet. I was like, oh, I better pre-order that. No. But yeah. Anyway, this is to my little haul. It's not very much, and I can't read it. One, because it's a volume 2, and also because I haven't actually read any of Lullaby of the Dawn yet. I know, shocking. Volume 6 is coming out, I think, at the beginning of next year. And when I know that something's ongoing like that, I'm like, oh, should I read what I've got? I don't have volume 5, which is the latest one. So I have the first 4. So I could definitely read them, but yeah, maybe give it a go. So, good morning. It is once again another day. I didn't really do very much yesterday, except I was listening to an audiobook, and so now I've got lots of pieces, lots of puzzle pieces. I've had my coffee and muffin this morning, and I've now lit my candle again, so I'm getting some scent.
This is the autumnal one. It's actually huge. It's going to be huge. Anyway, I didn't update yesterday, but I did finish this yesterday. But I was so tired. I don't know what it is. I'm just I don't know, getting old. Getting old. I'm an old lady, and sometimes my body's like, you just need to sleep. Sleep, sleep, sleep. So that's what I mostly did. So I did finish this up the stairs, but then I was just like turn around and go to sleep, and I slept for most of yesterday, which was good because my body needs it. But I did finish Love in the Palm of His Hand, and it's lovely. This is by Rinteku, and it's a Square Enix one, which they don't have many, and I'm wondering why. But is it just me? But they're so floppy, and the covers want to just pop out. So if I put this down, it pops out. If I put it the other way, pops out. See? Anyway, this itself is really lovely. I did enjoy how it ended. These two characters, Fujinaga, who wants to be the actor, and Keito, who is like the first year student at uni who he meets who has a hearing loss. So it's just the two of them getting on quite well and spending time together and developing feelings that they didn't know they were going to feel. I think the scene in the train is really kind of lovely, and also a slight miscommunication, which you could expect that there would be some miscommunications. But the way that it ends is really nice, and you think, yeah, there could definitely be more. And so there is more. There is a little bit that says what they're going to have in the next volume. So yeah, it's definitely one that I would like to pick up. I don't know if it's out already yet. It might be, because this was a 2025 release. But I feel like Square Enix is pretty good about getting volumes out in quick succession, because what was it, Mobster in Love? I only have the first volume, I don't have the next two. I don't have a lot of Square Enix. They don't have too many BL titles that are exclusively BL. So Cherry Magic, Mobsters in Love, this. And I do have, I Think Our Son is Gay, but I don't have the 5th volume of that, which is the final volume. But yeah, there's not too many Square Enix titles published yet. Maybe there's more that I haven't picked up yet. So I do need to keep an eye on them. It would be nice to be up to date with it, because it is such a small output, which is nice. I quite like that when you're collecting things. With Seven Seas, it just feels like they're just churning things out. Tokyo Pop, they're just churning it out now. Whereas Sublime, I feel like I'm not 100% up to date yet, but I feel like I'm almost there. Like I'm not too far behind, which is quite nice. And then Square Enix, I feel like there's a few that I need to pick up now, but I'm not too far behind either, which is good. It's a good feeling. Whereas Seven Seas, I'm like, oh my god, it's overwhelming. Tokyo Pop is even more so. So yeah, this was a really lovely one. I definitely understand why people would enjoy it. The art style's really nice. The characters are really nice. It's it does have that I mean, everyone's going to make the comparison of I Hear the Sunspot. It does have that sort of quiet, gentle, emotional element to the story that I feel is reminiscent of that as well, but different themes in some respects, and also similar themes in some respects. So yeah, obviously people are gonna say, if you liked I Hear the Sunspot, read Love in the Palm of His Hand. And I'm no different. I would say the same as well. If you liked one, yeah, read the other. Especially if you like seeing representation in manga form, which I do. I like it. But just in general, it's a good manga, same as. So yeah, that reminds me, I still haven't, need to get the next one out. But yeah, this was good. This means this is my 9th volume. I need to choose my 10th volume and read that today. And then that'll be me. And I could probably do the vlog, do a bit of editing afterwards. So if I read the next volume now, I could probably do the editing and maybe have it up on my Patreon for tomorrow. That would be good. Because I'm not feeling great. I'm feeling like I'm still very much in a slouchy, I don't want to do anything kind of mood. So let's go pick the next volume.
So these are the ones I've got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I just need to pick the 10th one. And I feel like I should pick one that is an older one just because. And I think I'll go with this one. Me Sakura ga. Because it is the first volume of a series we didn't get the rest of. And it's one that I could probably enjoy. So I think I'm going to read this one for today. So I finished this. It didn't take me long at all. I just kind of sat down and had a cup of tea, with green tea and some onigiri, and finished it. It does have the first a few chapters of the whole naughty thing, and then it's got a few one-shots at the end, which were very surface level. You can kind of tell there's not much real proper progression or any kind of rise and fall in a lot of these one-shots, and they would definitely be thought of as incredibly problematic in today's BL sphere. But the first few chapters are obviously this story that was super popular enough that it spawned like spin-off. So there was a spin-off of his best friend and the vice president of the council. The brothers, they have like spin-offs. I'm trying to remember, does the older brother have one? I know that the middle brother definitely does, but does the older? I think the older brother might have had a little story as well. But yeah, this was one that was so popular in Japan, so popular, and really took off. The little thing at the end is the fact that this is the third tankobon that Mei Sakuraga had published, and this was in Japan 2006, according to this anyway. So yeah, these chapters are probably all early 2000s then, if that's the case, to be able to be bound as a tankobon and also to come over with Kitty Media, an oldie. It is a good one. It's a shame we didn't get any more. In fact, I'm not sure, did we get any more of Mei Sakuraga at all? Do I have any more? I'll have to check to see, but it's maybe digitally we got it. But I don't know how much more we got of certain mangaka that were so prolific in the late 90s and the 2000s and were like staples within the scanlation scene. Like I've said a million times, obviously I read scans back in the day, but went out of my way to start actually collecting what was in English. But I mean, it's hilarious actually. There's so many that were just huge and very popular, but we never got them because I don't think that it was as big. It's interesting to think about how much BL has bred, and who was reading it, who wasn't, and what age they were. I mean, we're all, I say we all, I'm of an age when I can afford to buy things. I mean, I'm still like budgeting and stuff because this is the society we live in. But at that point in time, like when this was getting made and things were being brought over, manga has had its ups and downs as a manga market. It's really interesting to think about. So which creators have either bucked the trends, maybe like Yoko Nita, she's definitely had her ups and downs as well. And some that have come and gone. Like, I mean, Aja Watanabe being there is crazy, right? It's interesting to see who's in this stack, who is being like published in new. Yukimura as well. I was trying to think. I think it's here. Is this it? There's a Yukimura. Love Song of the Miserable. Is it the same artist? I mean, does that look like the same artist? Maybe. I don't know. Is it a different Yukimura? So yeah, it's interesting to think about the career trajectories of certain BL mangaka. I think it would be interesting to like collate everything from a certain mangaka and just look at their their output, their what would be a bibliography, I guess, of their work. So yes, this has been an interesting 10 volumes. I have got 10 here, haven't I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes. So I've done my 10 for 10 in a row. Can I keep it up for another 20 days? Because usually I do start September quite well, and then I don't end the month very well. I usually end up getting sick. The last 2, maybe 3 years in a row, I've been ill in September and I've not been able to finish the 1330. So thanks obviously to Isabel, Ashley, Shay for hosting 1330. I'm going to keep it up. Fingers crossed I can do it this September. Fingers crossed. And obviously Chloe and Bazaar for hosting the Volume 1 readathon as well. These might count towards the magical readathon as well, I don't know. But I am happy that I managed to get through some of my volume 1s. I still have quite a few. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I still have 7 volume 1s. So I can continue on and then maybe actually get stuck into some volume 1s that might have a volume 2 attached to them. So yeah, I look forward to, hopefully, fingers crossed, another vlog. This particular vlog has probably been incredibly boring because not really much has happened and I've just been talking about the books, but then maybe that's what you come here for. Yeah. It has been a very sleepy, tired, exhausted, working kind of a vlog, so not much in terms of outside stuff. But I'm hoping that I get to like spruce up my house a little bit more autumnally. Today is particularly chilly and I feel like, oh, it's the start of autumn. I feel like the big moon we had the other day, we had a blood moon and it kind of feels like that's like a harvesty moon. So it feels like, yeah, it's starting to be autumnal and some of the leaves are starting to turn. So maybe next week I'll get out and have a nice walk or something in some leaves and feel autumnal. Maybe make some spiced bread or something, like a zucchini or something. But yeah, carrot cake or something. Nice. Anyway, this is everything I've read for this video and so far for the month. Fingers crossed I continue. I hope you're all having a good September. Let me know what you're reading or if you've read any of these, what you think of them in the comments down below. Thanks for watching to the end of this video. It feels weird to be doing vlogs every once in a while. I've not been doing them much this year so far. But yeah, thanks for watching to the end. Take care, guys, and I will see you, fingers crossed, in the next one. Bye!